about that, guys. I don't know what happened. Like I said, maybe it was an issue with my mic, my new mic that's got. We'll stick with this for now. I don't want to delay the show any longer, so we'll head over to the top 10, and we'll start from 10 to 1. I appreciate you guys for your patience. We're going to continue the show on the road. We're going to swing to WCW Championship is first. What is the WCW Championship? The WCW World Heavyweight Championship was professional wrestling world heavyweight championship originally used in World Championship Wrestling, WCW, and later on the World Wrestling Federation, now known as the WWE. It was the original world title of the World Championship Wrestling promotion, spun off from the NWA World Heavyweight Championship. It existed in WCW from 1991 to 2001. Following the acquisition of WCW by WWF in March of 01, it became two world titles, and it became the WCW Championship and then the World Championship later on in November of that year. Continued to complement the WWF Championship at the time until two titles were unified to create the undisputed WWF Championship. The undisputed title retained the lineage of the WWF Championship, and the World Championship was retired. And these were the names of the WCW World Heavyweight Championship. It was the WCW World Heavyweight Championship in 91, 201. Then following the merger from WWE, it was the WCW Championship. Then later on, the World Championship, which was for about 2 months. And before that, it was WCW Championship for about maybe 5 months. And then at the end, and then after the World Championship, that was it. It's called the WCW World Championship on the website. And then later on, they had another title called the World Heavyweight Championship, the WWE branded version. But we will discuss that for another day. Let's get into the picks. So the picks is number 10. We have the Giant. He had two reigns as WCW champion, combined days 118. The Noble Fuse is with Hulk Hogan, Ric Flair, Randy Savage. Now, for those you don't know, he may look familiar to you guys. This was the Big Show when he came to WWE. Before that, he was the Giant first, and he was introduced to professional wrestling by Hulk Hogan. He was discovered by Hulk Hogan as the Giant was a former college basketball player, played basketball, and Hulk Hogan saw that he could say he should have a future. He should try out wrestling. He did. Got trained by a WCW power plant, and as you can see, he became the WCW champion. Not only that, he is the youngest WCW champion in history. He won the title right there in his photo at age 23. So he is our number 10 pick. Big Show, the Giant, very good, big athlete. Had a monstrous rookie year as he beat Hogan for that belt. So he did his thing when he was a Giant. Very, very good. Yes, they said that was Andre's son, but that was just a storyline to run with it. He was never Andre's son. That was kayfabe. But yeah, nonetheless, we have the Giant number 10. We will move on to number 9. Number 9 pick of the WCW World Championship. We have Lex Luger, who was NWA original. He won the WCW Championship on 2 separate occasions. Combined days 235. Noble fuses with Rick Steiner and Hulk Hogan. Now, Lex Luger, a great United States champion. We discussed that on another stream regarding the United States Championship. But he had decent runs as WCW champion, as he was supposed to win the WWF Championship at the time. He did not win. He had a very bad run as the, the American guy, the red, blue, and white. He was a Royal Rumble winner with with Bret Hart in '94. So he did have success over here since he had on WWE. So Lex Luger, 2 reigns, very good champion, but he hasn't had any more success after that. I think after those 2 championship runs, that was it for him. But we will head on to number 8. Number 8 pick for WCW World Championship. We have Big Van Vader. Very, very good big man that could move in the ring. He had 3 runs as the WCW World Champion. A combined age 377, third most of all time. Most notable feuds with Sting, Ricky Steamboat, Ric Flair. Another one, Vader, just like Lex Luger. He did not have much success in WWE, but he did have success in WCW. Won the championship, had very good runs with the championship. I think 2 of his runs was good. I know one of them was very short days, but he was a good champion. He's a very good man that was agile, that could move in the ring. Bam Bam Bigelow was the first big man that could move like this, and Vader was the second that I've seen. But Vader, a very good champion. He don't get enough props for what he did in the ring, and he was a very good WCW champion, and he had to be ranked along the 10. I have him ranked at number 8. Now we will move on to number 7. Number 7 pick for top ranked WCW World Champion. We have Randy Savage. He has 4 reigns as WCW World Champion. Combined days, 53 days. No feuds with Ric Flair and Hogan. Now, Randy Savage was a good WWF champion at the time, now WWE champion. Also Intercontinental champion, good. He was an okay WCW champion compared to those runs. He didn't hold the belt too many days. Now, he wasn't the same like the Macho Man back in the day in WWE. He was getting older. He had Macho Madness. There was no Macho Man, but Macho Madness. You know, he didn't have that many championship good defenses as champion, but he still was a solid champion. I guess at this point in his career, he didn't need to hold on to the belt that long anymore. As he get older, he was a part of NWO. So it didn't really hurt him too much. I just know that he wanted the exact same like he used to be back in the WWE days. But as you can see, he won championship gold here and like he did in WWE as the WCW World Champion. And I have him ranked at number 7. We'll move on to number 6. Number 6 of top ranked WCW World Champions. We have Goldberg. Now this is Goldberg who was undefeated. He was the first wrestler I saw that was had an undefeated streak. He had 473 wins. He was also United States champion at this time when he won his championship. Former football player Bill Goldberg, he was beating everybody. I always thought at first when I first saw Goldberg, he was a fake knockoff Stone Cold Steve Austin when I was a kid. And that's just not throwing shade at Goldberg, but I just got to be honest regarding that.
That's all I got to say about that.
Yep, that's all I say regarding that. But Goldberg, he had the championship for 174 days. He feuded with Hulk Hogan, the Giant, and Diamond Dallas Page. He lost the belt to Kevin Nash. That ended his streak, and we'll explain a little more about that later on Toxic Ring Scandal regarding his streak being broken. But he had a good solid run as champion. He was beating everybody. He beat Hulk Hogan for the belt. But he had a good match with DDP. I know there was one spot where he tried to do jackhammer. He botched it. And DDP, he improvised and did the diamond cutter. I think that was very, very smooth how DDP did it. and won a match they had together. Of course, he feuded with Giant for a little bit. But Goldberg definitely one of the great WCW World Champions. I know he's not the best in-ring worker, but he's definitely one of the best marketing big name superstars. Definitely a marquee name. Not to say the least. He is a big marquee name, and he still was years later when he came back to the WWE. So I have Goldberg at number 6. Number 5, getting to the top 5 now. So top ranked WCW World Champion, ranked at number 5, we have Diamond Dallas Page. He has 3 reigns as WCW champion, combined days 29, Noble feuds with Sting and Kevin Nash. Now, Diamond Dallas Page, this is interesting. He starts his career off as a manager. I think he's with Cash Doll or something, and Kurt Hennig, known as Mr. Perfect, was manager of him. He did not win the WCW title 2 years later, and also when he decided to become a wrestler. For those you don't know, DDP won his championship, very first WCW World Championship at the age of 35. So I believe he was one of the oldest champions to win the championship. But he was good for 35. He still could go. He had some good, good championship feuds, good matches. But DDP, I know Randy Orton perfected the RKO, but before Randy Orton, definitely DDP perfected Diamond Cutter. I like the Diamond Cutter when I used to see it on TV. It's just Randy Orton's more smooth with it. Not a knock on DDP. I like him too. He didn't hold on to the championship that many days, similar to Randy Savage. He actually held on to it less. He only held off for less than 30 days. That's one thing I like about championship run. They were very, very short runs. I don't even think he held the championship. If you have to average it out, no more than a week. But that's due to WCW booking via Eric Bischoff, Kevin Nash, and Hollywood Hulk Hogan. So we have Diamond Dallas Page at number 5. Number 4, we have for top ranked WCW World Champions, we have Sting. Sting is ranked at number 4. Now he had the championship 6 times, combined days of 250, one of the most in history. He feuded with Hulk Hogan, Diamond Dallas Page, Kevin Nash. Now, Sting was one of the guys that was a babyface. He was the franchise of WCW, but he also converted over to NWO and he turned bad. And while in that process, he was no longer the surfer blonde Sting. He was more of the Crow Sting. So it's when he first converted to that character, made it more interesting. As the surfer blonde Sting was getting kind of stale, he did change his character, and he also turned to NWO at one point, but he was still great. WCW champion, one of the best I've seen. And he's still wrestling now, but not wrestle as much, but he's in AEW now. He's more of a manager, you would say. Or he's supposed to officially retire soon. But salute to Sting. Now we're down to the top 3 for the top ranked WCW World Champions. So number 3, that's ranked for top ranked WCW World Champion, we have Booker T, the 5-time WCW champion. Combined days of 253 days. Noble feuds with Jeff Jarrett, Scott Steiner, Kevin Nash. Also, Booker T was the last WCW World Champion before the merger of WWE and WCW, as he brought the championship over to WWE television. So he was the last champion, and he also was a decent champion, breaking off from Harlem Heat as a tag team specialist and becoming a single star, having a great singles career, to say the least. Very, very accomplished, one of the most accomplished wrestling history. So shout out to Booker T. Number 2, we have for top-ranked WCW World Champions. We have Hollywood Hulk Hogan, also slash Hulk Hogan. 6 reigns, combined days 1,177, most days ever for this championship. Notable feuds with Randy Savage, the Giant, Big Van Vader, and Ric Flair. Now, I liked Hulk Hogan more as Hollywood Hogan, as the Hulk Hogan, eat your vitamins, the hero, the Hulkster, Hulkamania had got pretty old. But he did reinvent himself, becoming Hollywood Hogan, changed theme song, whole persona, had his even dyed his beard different color. That it wasn't blonde, all blonde anymore, had dark beard, um, had a theme song, created NWO, joined Nash and Hall, the Outsiders, at Bash in the Beach 96. Biggest heel turn in history. No one expected him to turn heel. And he turned to this character, Hollywood Hogan. As he's with WCW for a couple of years. He did win the World Championships, Hulk Hogan. He had one title rank, one of the reigns he had was 469 days, most ever in a single title reign in WCW history. But I really liked it with NWO. As you see here, he spray painted the championship NWO, and he did his thing as Hogan. And he also converted that character over following the merger of the WCW, WWE, with Kevin Nash and Scott Hall as they were NWO over there. So shout out to Hogan, not one of my favorite wrestlers, but he is a big marquee name and did a lot for the wrestling industry as far as the popularity and notoriety of it. So shout out to Hogan. And we are going to go to our number 1 pick. Who should that be? Ric Flair. Woo! And I got to give him his props before I get into it. I got to give it to Ric Flair.
To be the man, you gotta beat the man.
So, the man, Ric Flair, number 1 top-ranked WCW World Champion. 8 reigns as champion, most reigns ever. It's really 9, but WWE credits him for 8. Combined days, 505, second most days behind Hulk Hogan. Noble feuds, obviously Sting, they have a great history. Also great history, Steamboat, Big Van Vader, Hulk Hogan, and Randy Savage. Ric Flair came, he was already, NWA World Champion, WWE Champion. And he also had great runs as WCW Champion. Great matches with Ricky Steamboat. Great feuds with Sting and Big Van Vader. And he also rekindled his feud with Randy Savage as they had in WWE. It's crazy as Ric Flair was in his 40s, early 40s, and he still could go. I think he was in his late 40s at this time when WCW was going bankrupt. So salute to him. And the more I hear about Ric Flair, the more I appreciate what he did in wrestling and the foundation he built for today. My favorite is Undertaker, but I may have to put Flair above Undertaker. And Undertaker's a legend too, but Flair did exist before the Undertaker. Even Ric Flair was even requested by the Undertaker to wrestle him at WrestleMania 18. During Undertaker while he was undefeated at WrestleMania. He requested to wrestle Ric Flair. That's how much he respects Ric Flair. But he's the man, no doubt the man. So I like Ric Flair. He a great champion. And another fun fact of Ric Flair, they got credit as a 16-time world champion. Ric Flair himself said, I think in the book or his podcast, he's really credited as 21 times world champion. But WWE, there's some haters. They don't give him his props. So that's a fun fact for you guys. Those are the top 10 top ranked WCW World Champions. said, you guys got any questions regarding my list? In the chat, you guys agree, disagree, or neutral? Now we're not gonna be much longer. Gonna head over that bridge. You know, like I said, but that was a great list though. The championship, you know, WCW had a lot of good talent over there. It was crazy. The WWE, the talents, the Hall of Fame list they had, they came from WCW first, and WCW could have utilized them guys right. WCW would have won the war, and they would have been bought out by WWE. They could have stayed a separate company. It came to bad management. But like I said, not least, and while WCW was around, very good, profitable, company to watch on TV, especially with the NWO stable. So very, very good stable over there. So I like the WCW World Title. I just couldn't stand when it became later. You know, it's just a shame. See who else came in through the ropes. Bell 5000, what's going on, brother? You know, you got the channel, the Bell 503, giving out wisdom and knowledge over there. Check it out. You always drop videos over there. But with that being said, this will be the end of the Top Ranked WCW World Champions. We're going to end it here, and we're going to head over across that bridge to Toss Ring Scandal. And we will discuss the demise of the WCW Championship, stories behind it. You guys, please bear with me, get my stuff together. We will head over there shortly. Give me some time, we will get right over there. I know it's supposed to start at 8:30, but we're going to start a little earlier. We should start in the next 10 to 15 minutes. We'll head over there. I'll get everything set up. I don't want no more sound issues. So I want to make sure it's right. We will head over there now. So for now, it is OUT, but we will be BACK over at the Toss Ring Scandal. So champion will be out for now. We will be back. But for now, it is
World Heavyweight Champion.
we will be back. I'll see you guys on the Toss Ring Scandal shortly. So OUT for now.